Hey guys, welcome back to Meal Monday. This week I have 3 Instant Pot meals to share with you guys and 1 dessert. So pretty excited. I like using my Instant Pot when the weather starts warming up because your oven does not make your house hot. So I use my Instant Pot and Crock Pot a whole lot in the spring and summer and the grill. But anyway, so 3 Instant Pot dinners, 1 dessert that was just kind of like, it sounded good but different, and we tried it and it was delicious. And the last Instant Pot recipe, we just had it today. So good. I got seconds. I never get seconds of dinners. Like rarely ever. It was really good. Even Aria loved it, and there was corn in it, and she normally won't eat corn. So that tells you. She's saying we did love it. We did love it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you some good ideas. This is in collaboration, of course. Every Meal Monday is in collaboration with other channels. So I will leave that playlist in the description box below so you can check out their meals as well. So don't forget to check them out so you can get more meal ideas. And of course, in the comments below, tell me some things that you are having for dinner, because that gives me some ideas and everyone else reading the comments some ideas. So let's get to cooking. Are you ready? Today for dinner, we're gonna have Instant Pot spaghetti. So I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef in here, and I'm gonna saute it till it's done. And then we will add in like our water and sauce and pasta. This is very simple, pretty quick, and the whole family likes it. So it's a go-to for us. I also added salt, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. Also found some take and bake rolls that I got for Easter and forgot about them. So I just smothered some butter on top, put some garlic salt and Italian seasoning, and I'll bake those for just a few minutes once the spaghetti is about done, just to toast them up a little bit. And hey, it works out for tonight, but it would have been good on Easter too. And once that's ground up, you want to drain your grease, and you want to turn off saute, and you want to add like a cup of water and just scrape the bottom of this, because you don't want to get a burn notice just because your meat is kind of stuck to the bottom, because it'll quit cooking and then it just kind of gets tricky. You can still cook it from there if you get a burn notice, but you'll have to saute it and it just does not work as well. So I'm going to scrape this really well. Then I'm going to add in like I'm using 1.5 jars of sauce because that's what I have. I'm going to do my 1/2 jar of sauce. Then I'm going to break up my noodles in half, add them in, not do anything else, add some more water and sauce. Don't stir it, and then we'll cook it. So I'm going to get this all scraped off, and then I'll get back to you. I got my meat stirred up with my water, added 1/2 my jar of sauce. I'm going to add in this jar, and then I'm going to use this jar, and I'm going to put water in it a couple of times and get the rest of that out of there. Plus you need all your pasta covered in liquid. All right, I did 2.5 of the jars of sauce. It's all covered with water. I just used my spatula and made sure the sauce was smeared. Now I'm going to cover it up and cook it on high pressure for 9 minutes, and we will have spaghetti. Also going to roast some veggies. I just put a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, not very much, and then some of this. This is really good seasoning, and I'm going to roast those as well. Okay, I just released the pressure. I'm going to stir it up. Pasta's good and done. So you just want to mix up your meat and your sauce. Now I added a little bit of extra water, like I said, 2.5 jars, because I really did not want to burn notice. You could just do 2, but this will absorb that little bit of liquid you see. Hello, steam. Here we're gonna have hamburger soup. I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef in there with some garlic. I'm gonna put some salt and pepper in there too. Natalie's chopping up some potatoes. We're gonna do carrots, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire. Anyway, I will update as we're going, but we're just getting ground beef is all cooked and browned. I turned saute off. I added in my ketchup and Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, and I did not feel like chopping an onion, so you could just do minced onion. I'm out of that also, and Hudson's kind of fussy. I didn't feel like chopping an onion, so that's that. You should add beef broth. I have chicken, so I'm going to add this whole thing of chicken broth. And then I'm going to add in equal part water with the chicken bouillon cube, because this is all the broth I had. That's what I get for not meal planning and just winging it. Do you meal plan or do you wing it? My life goes better when I meal plan, but I didn't. And I did drain that. Grace doesn't look like it. So anyway, I'm going to add equal parts water with the chicken bouillon cube to that. Then we'll get in our potatoes and carrots. Okay, I got the potatoes and the baby carrots. I didn't chop them. That way my kids who don't like carrots can pull them out. And I added in my water and chicken bouillon cube. You can do mixed vegetables, you can do peas. I'm just gonna keep it like this and keep it super simple because I want everyone to eat it. So anyway, I'm gonna cook this on high pressure for 8 minutes and then let it naturally release for 15, and then we'll release any extra pressure and open it up. Okay, this is all done. We got some rolls in the oven, and I'm gonna start bowling this up. All right, we topped it with some Greek yogurt, shredded cheese, chives, and hot sauce, and we're gonna serve some rolls with it, and that's dinner tonight. For dessert, we're gonna have a strawberry cake and kind of do like a s'mores edition strawberry cake. So this is 2 strawberry cake box mixes. And we added whipped cream and sliced strawberries. All right, then we add some crunched up graham crackers. And we added some chocolate chips. So it's kind of like strawberry shortcake meets s'mores. And that's our dessert. Today we're gonna be making some burrito bowls. Bunch of the honey bowls. Anyway, in here I got a pound and a half of ground beef, diced onions, diced garlic. I did salt, pepper, paprika, cumin, garlic powder, and chili powder. In here with my meat. I will link this recipe down below also. I'm going to get my meat all cooked and drained, and then we'll add in the rest of our stuff. The ingredients we're going to be using is a cup of brown rice. You can do any rice you want. I rinsed mine because Walmart's brown rice just needs to be rinsed, trust me. One bag, I think it's like, what, 12 ounces of frozen corn, a can of black beans. It says a whole jar of salsa. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do like half a jar because I want some left over and I have no other salsa. And about a cup of chicken broth. I think that's what the recipe calls for. So we'll get all this going here in just a minute. Also, this recipe calls for chicken, but I just felt like using ground beef. So if you go and click the link and look at the recipe, it's going to be a little different than what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of winging it so that I can use beef because that sounded good to me. So anyway, it's a little different if you're using the chicken. You cook it differently. You pressure cook your meat in there with everything, but I'm sauteing my beef because I don't want to pressure cook my beef with everything and have all the grease in there. But with chicken, you would be pressure cooking it the whole time. You would not be sauteing except for your onion and garlic. So anyway, you can do it with beef and try it this way. I hope it works out well. We'll find out here in a minute, or you can follow the recipe and use chicken. I drained my grease and I put half a cup of chicken broth at the bottom to deglaze it, so we don't want to burn notice. Anyway, so I got that half of the chicken broth in there, half a cup. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my corn and my black beans and my, let's see, half a jar of salsa. It says to use a whole 16-ounce jar. I'm gonna save me a little bit. Oh, this is a 24-ounce jar, so that works out well. That might actually be too much salsa then. Nope, looks good. And I'm gonna give this a stir first, and then we're gonna add in our rice and the rest of our chicken broth, and then not stir it, and then we're gonna pressure cook it for 10 minutes. I'm gonna be surprised if the rice cooks in 10 minutes, but it says to do that. So, of course, you would have your raw chicken in here if you were following that recipe. Alrighty, now we're gonna get our rice in. There we go. And I'm not gonna stir it, but I am gonna, it says not to stir it. I'm gonna smooth it out. Okay. Now the other half a cup of chicken broth. And you know what? I'm gonna do just a smidge more on some of this rice that I feel like didn't get touched. Okay. Now then, I want to make sure my rice is covered up. Okay. Kind of breaking the rules, but not really, right? Okay, so now we'll get our lid on there and pressure cook it for 10 minutes, and we'll see how it looks when it's done. Okay, I released the pressure, opened it up. The rice is not done. I am not surprised. I thought it was really weird, but the recipe said to do it that way. So that's what I did. I was thinking, how is that rice going to be done in 10 minutes? Maybe because it's just a cup of rice. Yeah, that's cool. So I put it back in for another 10 minutes. And I'm really hoping the rice will be done. After 20 minutes, the rice should definitely be done, right? So anyway, we'll see. Anyway, so if you make this, I mean, you can try it for 10 minutes. Maybe yours will work. Mine didn't. Whenever I make beans in my Instant Pot too, my beans are never done. If I just hit bean and let it go, never done. I always have to cook my beans twice as long. But everything else always cooks at the right time. Just my beans don't. So I don't know. Anyway, it's building its pressure back up. Hopefully it won't take very long because we got some hungry people. That extra 10 minutes did it. So if you're doing it my way, do this for 20 minutes, high pressure. All right, here, this is all done. I took one chip and crumbled it on top. Then some green onion, sour cream, hot sauce, and cheese. And this is dinner tonight. All right, you guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.